Alrighty, what is going on today, guys? It's been a minute since I've been on here, but we are back. Today, want to jump on here and talk to you about something I was challenged to do recently. Everything you do in life, whether it's good, bad, whether it's success or failure, usually teaches you something, right? You learn something, whether it's a job you don't like, a relationship you don't like, or that you do like. You're going to be learning something. You go to a school, you do a training, whatever it is, go to a new gym, try a new diet plan. You're going to learn something from every little one of these things that you do, right? And if you never subconsciously, if you never think about it, it's all there in the subconscious. But if you never think about it or try and understand what it was you learned and what it was you developed from this experience, you're never going to be able to use it for something else. So there's a lot of people running around that have done a lot of things. They just don't really think about what skills they acquired when doing it. So then there's not a way to use it. Recently, I went to an event and was challenged to go back through all experiences in life and see what was learned and what skills were acquired. Now, this could be something like if you were babysitting, what skills did you learn to acquire? If you're posting on social media, what skills did you learn to acquire? If you time, what did you learn from that, and how can you use your macro skill set to be more successful in life? A lot of times on here, we're talking about the gym or nutrition specifically, but it's really with anything. Because everything applies to everything. It's not just, if you learn how to develop good habits in the gym, good habits with nutrition, that's going to apply at your work, at your side hustle, in your relationships, and vice versa. If you have bad habits in those things, it's probably going to lead to bad habits at the gym. So my challenge to you is the same one that came to me, and it's go back and look at everything you've done, every place you've been, and see what you learned there and see how that can't be applied to your greater skill set. Because when you know who you are, what you're capable of, what kind of habits that you have, what things that you bring to the table that maybe others don't, you can take that and use that in your favor. Because somebody might be looking for someone that had tons of experience in the restaurant industry that can also play music, that's good with CrossFit, that is good at communicating with people, and isn't afraid of doing things that scare most people, like seeking like adrenaline junkie stuff. Like if that's you, there's someone out there that's looking for exactly that. Or there's a business you can start that's exactly that. Or there's something you can take all of those skills and you can apply them to who you want to be, if that makes sense. So just to reiterate, the challenge for today, think back on all the things. And it's not usually, one more thing, it's not usually the positive things. We're really good at, like, when something great happens, looking at it and be like, oh yeah, that was so cool. I did this, I did that, I did the other thing. That's obvious. That's out there. But what's not always obvious and what's not always out there is what happens when you're buried in homework. What happens when you're buried by your job? What happens when things in your relationship don't go the right way? When things in your fitness or competition don't go the right way? Whatever it is you're doing, a lot of times we can tend to look at that in a negative light and not get whatever it is, the lesson that we were supposed to learn, or even to just see, hey, like, even though this was technically a failure, I learned how to do X, Y, Z. I learned how to study really well. I learned to be efficient. I learned to be a better note taker. I learned how to set habits to get to the gym when I could. I learned how to fill in the blank for whatever it was for you, and take that and just be confident in it and know that you know how to do that. And not everybody does. So next time you can go into whatever your new experience is with a better set of skills. All right, guys, have a great day. See you soon.